We got UFC, Kansas City, Missouri going down this weekend. I'm going to do a quick recap on Ian Garry's last fight against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Shavkat is the boogeyman of the welterweight division, no doubt about it. No one wanted to fight Shavkat. Machado, Garry stepped up. He looked real confident in there. He didn't look like he was scared by any means. I think he proved to a lot of people that he kind of did the same thing that Patty just did, honestly, just showing everybody like, hey, I have what it takes to hang with the top five, like the elite level fighters in this division. So his stock went way, way up after this fight, even though he lost, but we'll get right into it. We'll do a little fight breakdown. This is obviously something that Ian Garry isn't going to have to necessarily worry about as much with Prates. Everyone's big concern going up against Shavkat is very similar to sort of that of Khabib, is this right here. This relentless grappling pressure up against the fence, just grinding you down. But Machado Garry, I mean, he looks like he's very confident in his clinch, his work against the fence. Into round one, gets tagged with a real clean overhand right. So I think Shavkat won round one. And again, like this game plan for Ian Garry is he has to take into account for the grappling. It's a totally different fight if you're Ian Garry and you're going against another welterweight that doesn't have the threat on the ground that Shavkat does. Caught him again with another right. The thing that does worry me about Garry against Prates is, in my opinion, Prates has crisper boxing and better striking than Shavkat. I think he's got more power than Shavkat. And Shavkat already in getting towards the end of round two has caught Garry multiple times. And telegraphed, like those shots, that overhand right that Garry got caught with in the first, and then the check left hook that he got caught with against the fence, like those are coming from downtown. So that's a little worrisome. His defense is I mean, obviously he's got a chin, but I don't think you want to test your chin with Carlos Prates. Just floating his chin up in that exchange right there. Good jab to the body. Ooh, good head kick. I didn't remember that one. I'm almost positive the judges gave it round three to Garry. Can't remember. We'll look it up after this fight. See what the rounds were. But it was a unanimous decision. I don't think it was split. You know, this is the first time Ian Garry's gone 5 rounds too. Again, even though he lost this fight, he gained a ton. I mean, he went 5 rounds with arguably the best welterweight in the division. Got tagged multiple times, had to dig deep. I mean, this is a grimy pace too. Like, if you grapple, you understand. But like, fighting off takedowns and wrestling up against the fence and in the clinch, like that is tiring. So it's not like they're running a pace that for 5 rounds is super controlled and steady. Like this pace was a high pace the whole fight. Not a lot of lulls in action. Almost a ninja choke here. So we just saw Gene Silva. Let's see. What did he do wrong there? So shoots an inside high leg single. Man. That ninja choke, gotta watch out for it. That would have been crazy if he actually caught him with that ninja choke. So yeah, I mean, you can tell Garry is towards the end of the fight, like Shavkat seems to be a little bit of the fresher guy. You know, Garry is starting to make some mistakes. That guillotine attempt was definitely a lapse in judgment. You're losing. You do not want to get on the ground again with this guy. Sprawl hard. Especially after the ninja choke that he had just tried and seemingly had it locked up pretty good. And then Shavkat was, you know, that's the 4th round. They're sweaty. They're able to explode out of submissions. But especially after he just got out of your one submission threat, I don't know if pulling your guard here to try and hop on a ghillie is smart. Love Dustin Poirier, but this tactic has been proven time and time again by Dustin, especially when you're down. You know, this is the end of round 4. He's down at least 3 rounds to 1 at this point. Why are we not sprawling and trying to just stuff the takedown and keep it on the feet? Shoots in, just sprawl. Just gets us to go, you know. He's in a spot now where his guard is very easy to be passed, but recovers well with a body triangle. But this is just not where you want to be at the end of round 4 when you're down. You know, Shavkat isn't just going to sit in your guard and delay. He's going to try and get you out of there. Staying safe from submissions. And I mean, Gary's got an active guard. He's not just laying there on his back. He's getting his feet involved, feet in the hips, trying to create space, throwing up submissions. So, I mean, it's not a terrible look on the bottom for Garry. I mean, a lot of people, you know, they get taken down. They're content laying on the ground and keeping their guard keeping their opponent in their guard, trying to regain a little bit of their breath back. But Gary's very, very active off his back. But obviously down 3-1 going into the 5th, needs a finish. Again, Shavkat's in on a single leg. Beautiful reversal though. I mean, Gary's got good submission threat when he's on your back. And I know he probably kicks himself for not finishing this rear naked. I mean, that is just... He had a split second here. I mean, he has this completely... If he switches from like a gable grip here to like a traditional rear naked choke behind the head, I think he finishes this fight. Obviously hard to say, but man, he takes him over, body triangles on the good side right there. I mean, that is under the neck. The defense by Shavkat isn't like great. It's not like he's framing on the inside of this elbow trying to push it off. He's not pulling down on the choking arm. Like, there's not much defense going on here. So I know when I was watching this fight live, I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you not finishing this rear naked choke? But obviously a lot easier said than done when you've got, you know, Shavkat Rakhmonov that you're dealing with. But yeah, definitely a high spot in the, or a highlight in the fight for Ian Garry. You see there, he's like, this I've never seen before, and I didn't really realize it the first time I was watching, but he's got like a modified Gable grip here. I don't even know if he's just grabbing in his own glove. Not really quite sure what that grip is. Obviously not a strong grip at all. I know it's illegal to have your hands inside your opponent's mitt or glove, but very odd. Especially knowing that Ian Garry is talented on the ground. Having Shavkat this deep, seemingly elbow under his chin. You know, there's not a lot of defense really trying to pull this choking arm or to defend the secondary. So just a really weird moment in the fight, just kind of had me scratching my head. But, you know, this was kind of the extent, no transition from Ian. He probably should have abandoned the body triangle and tried to transition with Shavkat to keep the position. And now they're just in some really weird, you know, body triangle against the fence. Again, Ian not really content staying on his back. He knows he's working with short time here, and just didn't do enough. I mean, I think he did really good keeping preparing for his first 5-round fight against a game opponent. His first 5-round fight went well. I'm sure he learned a lot, but you could tell he was definitely gassing out a little bit. Round 4 and round 5. Some of those grappling exchanges, again, like, Ian Garry is a talented grappler, but some of those later exchanges with Shavkat, you could tell, just didn't have the grip, had a bunch of lactic acid or something, just could not hold on to Shavkat, was behind a little bit in the transitions. It's gonna be a fun one. I am really hoping that Ian Garry is able to get the Prates fight to the ground. I know Prates and Garry both like to stand up and bang, but I think Ian's best course of getting a dub is using his wrestling. We obviously saw that he's got good wrestling defense and the ability to stay safe against dangerous opponents on the ground, but man, oh man, it's gonna be a good fight. It's gonna be a good fight. We'll upload a breakdown of Prates' last fight against the Leech, so we'll drop that later this week as we get closer to the event, but it's gonna be a banger. I'm excited. We'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.